Hi guys, it's Xenia. Welcome back to my channel. So this is gonna be a little bit of an interesting video. I have been keeping a secret from you guys for about a year now. I have been gatekeeping a perfume that is so good. I have not showed it in the past year and I don't know why. I think because I just loved it so much. I wanted to just hold on to it for as long as I could without sharing it with anyone. And once I got to the end of my first bottle and I just repurchased a second bottle, which first off is crazy for me to do because I have so many perfumes. So for me to actually finish a full-size perfume is a big deal. I think it's safe to say at this point, this is easily my number one, definitely my top 5 for sure, fragrances of all time. You guys know I have an extensive fragrance collection and this has really proven itself because, like I said, this is now my second bottle of this. I've been using it for about a year. I fully know that I'm obsessed with this perfume and that obsession has not lessened at all. If anything, I feel like I get more and more obsessed with this perfume. So with that said, let me get started. I don't know why I'm nervous to even share this perfume. I've just kept it to myself for so long that I'm a little hesitant to share, but I feel like I have to share it because it's way too good not to share. And I feel like if everybody smelled like this perfume, the world would be a better place. So if you want to know what this perfume is that I've been gatekeeping for all this time, then just keep watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and let's get started. So the perfume that I've been gatekeeping comes in this little box. It's by Louis Vuitton. It's actually the second perfume that I've tried from Louis Vuitton. The first one was a perfume that actually my mom has had for a long time and I wear it from time to time. I've actually shared that perfume in a video a while back. Something that I've realized with Louis Vuitton fragrances, my dad uses one from their men's collection, my mom loves one from the women's collection. What I've realized about these fragrances is they are strong, super insanely long lasting. So, I mean, all things you expect out of a fragrance with this price point. The price point also hurts my heart because you guys know on this channel I love to recommend affordable fragrances and I love affordable fragrances. I think I've proved myself to not be a perfume snob at this point. I literally have videos dedicated to perfume snobs and just showcasing and giving love to cheaper fragrances because I'm a firm believer that you do not need to spend a pretty penny to smell amazing. I mean, at least I'm happy to say that this is worth the price point for me personally. Obviously, all this is my opinion because sometimes there's expensive perfumes that are this price point that are duped by so many cheaper fragrances, and sometimes the cheaper perfumes are better and also longevity is poor and just they have so many issues. But in this case, I'm happy to say that everything about this perfume is a 10 out of 10. Scent, performance, longevity, sillage, everything you could ever want in a perfume, this has. This perfume is called, excuse my French, but it's called Attrape-Rêves. You know what? I'm not even gonna attempt to say this. I'm gonna put the name on the screen of the fragrance because I feel like I'm gonna embarrass myself trying to pronounce it. I have seen what it's pronounced. Like I know how it sounds, the name, but I feel so weird saying it because I'm definitely saying it wrong. But it basically translates to dream catcher, and here is what the bottle looks like. There's the name. It has a slight little pinky hue. I discovered this perfume about 3 years ago. When I first smelled it at a Louis Vuitton store, I was actually picking up a birthday gift, which is now my dad's favorite perfume, which is one of their men's fragrances. I was picking that up for him, and so I was testing out all their perfumes and I came across this one. I fell in love, but I was already purchasing that perfume for him. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get one for me as well. And so I don't want to say I forgot about it. It was always kind of at the back of my head, but I just didn't want to spend all that money at that point. I wrote it down on my perfume wish list and I would always hear people talk about it. And so about a year ago, I finally got it and it ended up being one of my favorite perfumes, one of my husband's favorite perfumes. I feel like if I had him here, he would be going on and on about how good this perfume smelled because he's absolutely obsessed with this perfume. I feel like I'm hyping this up so much that if one of you guys get it and you're disappointed, I'm gonna feel really bad. I just want to say this is all based off of my opinion. This is my number one perfume. You may not find it that great, but I also feel like I find that hard to believe because I don't know how anybody could hate this perfume. This has quickly become my signature perfume. I've definitely graduated from Ari by Ariana Grande, which for years that was my signature. That and Tease from Victoria's Secret. But within the last year, this has become my new signature scent. Most of the time, even though I have a big perfume collection, most of the time, this is what I smell like. This smells like you're walking through a garden of the most gorgeous flowers. And so that floral scent is in the air, but there's also a beautiful sweetness that almost pulls berry-like, like a berry sweetness mixed with this warm pink floral scent. This is, I would say, the most gorgeous feminine scent you will ever get your nose on. It is femininity, grace, beauty in a bottle. This is what I imagine a Greek goddess smelled like Aphrodite. This is what I imagine she smelled like. It's stunning. I've heard some people say that this is generic. I have never found this generic. I mean, I've owned almost 300 perfumes at one point, and I've never smelled a perfume that smells, oh, let me not drop it. This has top notes of lychee, bergamot, ginger, middle notes of peony, Turkish rose, cacao, and patchouli. I'm not the biggest fan of lychee because it definitely pulls more sour and bitter on my skin, which are two things I normally do not like. I'm happy with this one because I don't really get the lychee in here, like at all. It's a little bit spicy, just in the most perfect way. And then I'm definitely getting the peony and the Turkish rose. It's soft, warm, pink florals, like I said. Definitely a little bit more peony than the Turkish rose, which I absolutely love. Peony is one of my favorite florals ever because it has that warmth and that sweetness. Then we have the cacao. I'm not saying this smells like chocolate or anything, but it just adds a gorgeous sweetness to pretty much all of the other notes. And then the patchouli, I'm not really getting like a green vibe, muddy vibe, earthy vibe, or anything like that, but I do think that it elevates all the other notes that are in here because obviously all the other notes are not that great when it comes to like depth and adding a lot of personality, but that patchouli just kind of strengthens everything. And I think it's definitely why this is such a powerhouse fragrance. Usually with floral type of scents, they're not the strongest perfumes ever and they don't always perform the best, but this, 2 little sprays of this not only will last you all day long, but you will project that perfume from the moment you spray it to when you go to bed. You do not have to reapply this perfume at any point. It will just always stay there. It might get a little bit softer, but I feel like the strength of this kind of just is consistent throughout the whole wear time. It does hurt me to use this a little bit because I know that each time I'm spraying it, I'm spraying $20 probably, but I mean, fragrance is meant to be loved, and that's why you buy perfumes, because you love the smell. So don't just not use your perfumes because they were expensive, because that's what you bought them, is to love them and to use them. Also, I feel like this is gonna kind of cheapen this perfume, but this perfume smells like one of my favorite body washes ever, and I forget what it's called right now. It's by Olay. If I can find the body wash I'm talking about, I'll put it right here. But it smells like this body wash, which is like my favorite body wash ever, and I've always said I would love a perfume that smells like this body wash, and that perfume smells like that body wash, which again, I know cheapens it because it's like a $330 perfume smells like a body wash. Yeah, but like an elevated version of that body wash. I'm obviously speaking so highly of it because I love it so much, and it is my personal top 5 perfumes I've ever tried in my life. But because it is so expensive, I always say this, do not blind buy niche expensive perfumes. I feel like that goes without saying. I don't think you need me to tell you that, but if you have a Louis Vuitton store near you, or if you can get a hold of a sample, do that. Test it out and then make the decision to purchase this. Obviously, don't ever blind buy. Well, I would say it's a pretty safe blind buy. It's not a very polarizing scent. It's very likable. I can't even count the amount of compliments that I've gotten on this perfume. It's literally countless, like family, friends, strangers, everyone will compliment that perfume. I definitely sound like I'm sponsored. If Louis Vuitton would like to sponsor me, I would not be opposed to that, but I'm definitely not sponsored by Louis Vuitton. You know, never say never. I will hope for that collaboration, but I'm not sponsored. They don't know I even exist. I just seriously love this perfume. I've loved it for a long time, so I think at this point I have the credentials to really recommend this perfume. That is my full video. Very different from my channel. I never gatekeep perfumes from you guys, and if I do at some point, I do tell you, but this is the one fragrance that I just wanted to keep all to myself for a while. And once I bought the second bottle, I knew, I'm like, okay, I have to share this perfume. And now I have a full bottle, so if it gets sold out or anything like that, I don't have to worry about buying a new bottle because I'm good for at least a year. Let me know if you have this perfume and let me know your opinions in the comments. I hope nobody's like, I hate that perfume, because that will hurt me a little bit, but I understand. Fragrance is subjective. We all have our taste, but this is definitely, it's a good one. That is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.